Do you ever wonder why lasting success with weight loss is so hard to achieve? There are so many people who go through the frustration of upward and a downward yo-yo of gaining and losing weight and then landing at a weight which is worse than where they started from. Hello, my name is Dr. Arun Dhir. I'm a gastrointestinal and weight loss surgeon, health and wellness advocate, best-selling author, and an educator. I want to congratulate you for taking the first step in changing your health for better. See, I've studied the subject of weight loss for over 2 decades now. Trust me, I'm not here to tell you all about the advantages of weight loss surgery or to sell you something else. The purpose of this video is to highlight how you, and more importantly your mindset, is so crucial in determining your success after any weight loss procedure. I want to point out that in an interesting study published in Journal of American Medical Association in 2016, out of all the individuals undergoing weight loss surgery who were followed up over a period of 5 years, only 61% achieved their pre-surgery target goal. 39% failed to achieve their anticipated weight 5 years after weight loss surgery. Now that is a staggering number, and my aim of this meeting with you is to provide you with tools and resources that will prevent you from being a part of that unfavorable statistic. I often tell my clients that weight loss surgery is a tool as much as your car is a tool. If you know how to drive your car and have a valid license, meaning you know and follow the traffic rules, it will take you to your destination. And it doesn't matter what brand of car you drive. The analogy here is your car is the tool, you the driver is the person in charge of the tool. The same applies when arriving at the destination of your healthy weight is concerned. Utilizing either weight loss surgery or a particular dietary plan, which are tools, and you are the person in charge of using that tool. And it doesn't matter what weight you started from. As long as you know the correct tool and put it to use in the required manner, you will reach your destination almost always. Understanding that surgery has the potential to get you to your destination faster if your doctor deems that to be the best option for you. Now, I know you may be thinking this sounds too simplistic. What's new here? Let me explain. Going back a few years, I'll confess that I have been a very analytical person from my very early days. Everything I've ever learned or did had to be calculated, predictable, and evidence-based, because that's what science was, and that's how it had been taught in med school. Fast forward 2 decades, turns out that modern science tells us that our thoughts, i.e. our mindset, an entity that is very difficult but not impossible to measure or validate, is in fact in control of the quality of our physical reality, which is our body. Now, this may sound very metaphysical to some. However, we now have the evidence that our interaction with our external circumstances and how we react or respond to these determines the kind of hormones our body produces. These hormones, which are different when we are stressed than when we are relaxed, then go on to influence our inner biology, which is what shapes our physical reality. Hence, our personality determines our personal reality. And there is a lot of weight in that statement. It has been said that human beings are creatures of their habits. Let's analyze this a bit further. All habits are nothing but a series of choices that have been made repeatedly over time, such that it is an action that is taken without much thought. In other words, it becomes a reflex. The body just does it automatically for you. So it is these habits that lay the foundation of our reality. Do you wake up in the morning and go for that coffee and muffin, or instead decide to wear your runners and go for the gym? Small choice that slowly compounds over time to create a body that boosts self-confidence or creates poor self-image. Now that we have got it on how choices shape our reality, what we need to really understand is what influences our choices. As mentioned earlier, one of the most amazing discoveries over the last decade, and this was known to us for a very long time, but we now have scientific evidence to back up this claim, and that is stress influences our choices. We've all heard of stress response, and we live in a world where stress is the buzzword. Asking someone to live stress-free today is like asking a fish to live without water. So what do we do to handle stress? Well, some drink, some eat, some exercise, some smoke, and some just withdraw in a space of their own to deal with their stresses. But more often than not, this pattern of handling stress somehow or the other influences our choices and hence our habits. The stress response is Mother Nature's protection mechanism that every life form has been endowed with, for the prime reason to keep us safe and comfortable. Stress can be a response to either a physical stimulus like injury, chemical stimulus like a bout of alcohol, drug, or can be the most common type, which is emotional, such as a strained relationship, financial worry, anger, anxiety, or depression. It is this kind of stress that has a huge influence on the kind of hormones that our body produces. And as we now understand from the study of epigenetics, which is the science of how external influences affect our genes, these hormones have the ability to push the buttons on the genes that cause disease. Does it really mean that our stress can make us sick? The answer is an astounding yes. And the longer that stress button remains activated, more severe and permanent is the damage. The other aspect of stress response is that it produces a surge of energy in the blood as it prepares the body to handle any real or perceived threat. The typical fight or flight response. However, when the energy stores are depleted, which is relatively quick, as most of the energy is coming from sugar, which burns very quickly, our body begins to crave more sugar, which is the chocolates, the Tim Tams, the muffin, and the coffee. Over time, a chain reaction is set up that stress becomes a trigger and food becomes a comfort drug that the body seeks almost consistently, sometimes without even us realizing. When you begin to understand this connection, you will realize that boredom eating, comfort eating, or emotional snacking are all feeding the stress response and altering our genetic makeup, which holds the blueprint to your physical reality. So if mindset is what ultimately determines our physical reality, how do we tap into the infinite potential that we all have been given, such that we can achieve lasting health and success in many areas of our lives? I'm going to share 4 tips here that will kickstart your success on your weight loss journey and help you achieve super success after surgery. Now, we've all heard that willpower is all that it takes for someone to achieve their goals. I challenge that. I say it's not your willpower, but your why power. Why you want to achieve something is far more important than the will that you have. And when it comes to achieving your optimal weight, why is it important to you? Is it because you want to have a memorable quality of time with your loved ones, or be healthy once again so you can contribute to the lives of others? Why you want to achieve a goal will always pull you rather than you having to push yourself with the willpower. And what is even more important is that your why power will pull you through. Point number 2, always think with the ink. Your why needs to be written such that you can see them every day and reaffirm your commitment to your why power. Always have written goals. As a part of our weight loss program, we give all our clients a healthy habits journal that allows them to write their vision that they have for themselves and keep a measure of where they are in their journey. Writing a goal does something really amazing, such that it starts to channel this invisible energy to help you achieve that goal. As they say, energy goes where attention goes. You have to try to believe it. Thirdly, take 100% responsibility for your current situation. It is easy to blame someone else for your poor outcomes. I can't be healthy because my spouse or my coworker or boss or anyone else will not let me achieve it. Blaming someone for our current state allows us to justify so that we can continue to do what we are doing, and hence we remain stuck in our current situation. However, when you take charge and decide to change things, you regain a sense of control, which triggers lasting change. The last thing that I will recommend you seriously consider is how to better manage your stress. Because believe it or not, stress is forcing you to be in a reactive mode, making poor food and lifestyle choices, which is ultimately making you unhealthy and sick. Please note that obesity is no longer being slightly overweight. It is a disease that can actually kill you. Consider mind calming, meditation, and mindful eating, or any of the relaxation techniques that our experts will be sharing with you in the next videos. I will end by repeating what one of my mentors once said: people have more control over their destiny than they realize, and that they are not defined by their illness. As with most things in life, the answer is not outside of us, it is inside of us. May peace, harmony, and health be yours. Thank you.